What? Why didn't that take? Hmm. Hey, good morning, everybody. There we go. You guys got to have your cameras on. Turn them on. Let's greet each other properly here. Good morning. Maybe my sound is off. Maybe what's going on here? Yeah, my sound should be on. Can you guys hear me okay? Would someone say something so I can check out my volume for me?
Good morning.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ah, there we go. I like to hear your voices. Very good. Thank you. All right. Well, as you guys know from Tuesday's session here, we are going to do a little Q&A on your section 3. You needed to finish the last few problems here, so you have a chance to ask questions. All right. And if you need to work out any, I'll be happy to do that before your quiz today. So, got your message, Maddie. So let's do a little Q&A. Let's make sure you understand your homework. The answers are provided on Canvas, but I'm showing them right here. So check your work with mine. Well, these are just the answers. We'll step it out if you need to. And we'll discuss any that you need help with. Okay, we're going to do that first. And then afterwards, I'm just going to give you guys a small quiz during class here together here, just to see if you understand some of the basics in section 3. And then, of course, we'll set you up over the weekend with section 4. Section 4 materials are going to be updated later on today. All right, but let's get started here. Go ahead and take a look at your workbook here in section 3. Take the last few problems from 7 on, and let me know, all right, what you guys need help with here. Who's going to lead us off here? And your cameras should be on, guys, at all times. Okay, I got a message from Maddie. I understand her situation, but I expect those to be on. Okay, and if there's a issue or some kind of situation going on, you can private message me, but everybody needs to have your cameras on so I can see those good looking faces out there, those good looking smiles out there. All right, so take a look at your workbook here. Ask yourself, did you get everything correct? And if not, and you need some help, let me know. All right, let's do that before we quiz today. All right, section 3 was all about either subsidized or unsubsidized and private type of student loans for college. All right. And then after this, we're going to submit our work. And during your quiz, I'm going to take a look at your homework and grade your homework. Keep in mind that everything has to be shown, all your steps, process, everything. I've commented on a couple of you guys in section 2 that you're not showing your setup and process. And you guys need to look at my annotations, because some of you guys are listening to me right now and you're just writing down answers. That's all you're doing. And I'm giving you a 1 out of 10. And I'm asking you to redo all your work and do it properly, because it should look like this. Okay. This is our 3-3 workbook from our last session. Look at that. Now there's no way that you guys can do all that in your head and just write down an answer. Okay, and that's why you guys need to show a setup and process. So if you're not doing this, then you need to start changing the way you do homework. Okay, and so keep that in mind. But let's get back here. Let's talk here. Who needs some help on your work before we take a little mini quiz today over section 3?
Can you go over 10 and 11?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, 11 I think had a typo in it. I had to make a change. So I'll talk about 11 in a minute. Number 10. So let's talk about number 10. Number 10 is an important one. Okay. It deals with that 3-step process that we've been working with. So let's read it first and then go through it here. Let me bring a few more people in here so we can get everybody in. Okay, so number 10, we'll do 10 and 11. Ashlyn, you requested that, right? Okay. And so number 10, suppose Phil, well, we should probably read the top here. So the top paragraph. So Phil has been accepted in a 2-year radiation technical program. You know, a lot of technical schools are 2 years. Okay. He has been awarded a $9,000 unsubsidized 10-year federal loan. That's important, obviously. So this right here, that's important. It's unsubsidized, which means he has to pay interest either during school or deferred after school, one of the two. And it's going to be at a rate of 4.29%. He knows he has the option of beginning repayment after 2.5 years because it's always a 6-month grace period. So it's the 2 years in school plus 6 more months. That's 2.5 years. That's why he says he has the option of waiting for 2.5 years to start paying his loan, which is $9,000 plus the interest accrued. Okay. So number 10 says he only paid the interest during the 2 years in school and the 6-month grace period. Okay. That's key. He only paid the interest. So Ashlyn, he's not going to finance the $9,000 plus the interest accrued. He only is going to finance the $9,000 over the 10 years or 120 months. So what we need to do is that 3-step process. We need to, number 1, we need to find the monthly payment. Number 2, we have to figure out the total amount paid. And then 3, we subtract the total minus the amount financed till we get the interest right there. Okay, because in number 10, we want to figure out the interest. So it's a 3-step process. So let's 3 steps. And let's do it over here. Okay, so the first step in number 10 is to get your monthly payment. So that's M. And you need to show setup on all this stuff. So that's that formula. And you guys should have your formula on your desktop. You should have all your resources right there, you know, all around you, okay? And because if you don't have it memorized like I do, then that's okay. Just use your resources. Matthew and Xavier, Jack, Emily, Kyle, Jaron, you guys should have your cameras on. Okay, I'm making note who doesn't do that. I'm going to start calling home to parents and discuss, you know, find out what's going on here. There should be no reason why you can't have your cameras on. And if there is, private message me like Maddie did, and then let me know what's going on. Okay, I'm usually pretty understanding. Okay, so Ashlyn, so since Phil paid his interest during the 2.5 years, the 2 years in school plus the grace period, he's only going to finance the $9,000 over 10 years, not $9,000 plus the interest. Does that make sense to you? Okay, because he paid it during school. He was able to do that. Okay, so here you start off with the principal's $9,000. Okay, not 9,000 plus interest. Okay, then multiply it by R divided by N, which is 0.0429 divided by 12, because this is N is 12. We're doing this monthly here, and then times the 1 plus 0.0429 divided by 12 raised to what power? It's always the NT power. So Ashlyn, how many months are there in 10 years? This is key. These are 10-year loans.
120.
There you go. So that represents 120 months. All right. 10 years is equal to 120 months. Divided by 1 plus 0.0429 divided by 12 to the same power, 120th power, and then you got to subtract 1 to get that monthly payment. Subtract 1 from the denominator. Okay, you guys are going to be using Desmos probably, or the TID4. So whatever you prefer, either Desmos on your phone or on a browser. So Ashlyn, I assume that you're doing this on your Desmos on your phone. I'm proud of you. Good job. Okay. If we were all in class at Great Oak, that's what all of us would be doing right now. I have all my students download Desmos, and we use it on a daily basis. Okay. So Ashlyn, let me know what you're coming up with on this when you're ready. figure out the finance charge, or what's called the interest over the loan, you need to find the monthly payment. Step 1. Step 2, you find the total. Step 3, we subtract the total minus the amount financed, and we get the interest or the cost of the loan. It's always a 3-step process. Okay.
I got 92.37.
Well, guess what? You're correct. Okay. So $92 and 37 cents. That is the monthly payment. Good job. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, we got to get the total amount paid. So Ashlyn, if we have to pay $92.37 for 120 months, because we have to do this it's a 10-year federal loan. How do you figure out the total, Ashlyn?
You multiply the monthly payment by 120.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we take this number down here. We take 92.37. All right. And we multiply it by 120. Let me know what you come up with, Tiger. It's a kind of a big number there. It's bigger than 9,000. I can guarantee you that.
I got 11,084 and 40 cents.
That's correct too. So that's step 2. So we calculate the monthly payment first using that fancy formula. It's a 10-year federal loan. So we multiply it by 120 months because the 10 years is 120 months. And the interest now, total interest paid. Okay, which is, they call it the interest paid. It also has another name. It's called the finance charge or the cost of the loan. So it's the finance charge that you have to pay the bank for making that loan, okay, because it's not free. Or you can think of it as the cost of the loan, because every loan costs money. Okay, so it's just a fancy word for the cost of a loan. So what you have to do is you paid $11,084, Phil did in this situation, $11,084.40, but he only financed $9,000 because he paid the interest off during school. Okay, he chose to do that. Sometimes students are able to do that, sometimes they're not. If not, then we wouldn't be financing $9,000, it'd be $9,000 plus interest. All right, but this problem's different. He said in number 10 that he paid that off. So here you got to take $11,084.40 and subtract the amount financed. Okay, 9,000 represents the amount financed. So what'd you get there, Ashlyn?
I got 2,084 and 40 cents.
There you go, Tiger. Very good. Proud of you. All right. So that was the main problem. Thank you, Michael. And Xavier. I got messages from Maddie, Xavier, and Michael why your cameras are off. I understand that. But again, every day, if you don't have a valid reason, then you need to have your camera on, okay? Class sessions have been going much, much better. Participation has been going much, much better. And students have been doing much, much better just in 2 weeks in the second semester, just because of this right here. And I'm talking about in all 5 of my classes. Just the student involvement and the participation has been better. And that's why we're doing this, guys, is to make you more successful. Because I know as a teacher that if you guys participate better, if you focus better, participate better, do things better, you're going to be successful. And when I mean successful, I'm talking about beer better. Okay, because I want to see you guys graduate with good grades. All right, that's my hope. All right, so that was Ashley. Now let's go. She asked, there was an issue with number 11, at least in my opinion. I think there was a typo, and this is because when I worked this problem out based upon the wording here, from April 12th to May what? You have to make an assumption there. And I worked it out initially like from April 12th to May 1st, and I didn't get the answer that they provided in the book. So what I think is that there is a typo. It should be like this problem here. We did it on Tuesday. If you go back to this one, number 4, what was the interest only payment from December 1st to January 1st? And we talked about that and we did that one together. It's just like that one. So I think what happened was there's a typo here and it should be from, let's see, April 1st. So let's change this to 1st, from April 1st to May 1st. So we need to know the number of days in April. So what do you guys think? We need to know, if we're going to calculate an interest only payment in April, then we need to know how many days in April. So how many are there in April? You guys can turn your mics on here. How many days in April? Yeah, there's 30. So let's make a little note of that, okay? So there's 30 days in April. That's important to know because when you want to find the interest only payment, you use the simple interest formula, principal times rate times time. So in this case, he financed, he got a $9,000 loan at 4.29%. So that's 0.0429 times T. So what's T in this case, guys? Go to the chat. What's T? T is always in years. So what fraction of the year are we dealing with for April? Yeah. So there you go. So it's again, yeah, it's 30 out of 365. That's more accurate than 1/12. Okay, I know there's April's 1 month out of 12 months, but since not every month has the same number of days, you have to do it this way. So 30 out of 365. And would you guys calculate that and put it in the chat here? What's the, well, actually, never mind. I forgot I have the answers up. Here's the answer right here. That's what you get. Okay. So Ashlyn, you asked me for 10 and 11. Are you good? Do you feel better now? Okay. How about everybody else? Do you guys have any questions on any one of them? Because I asked you guys to finish the lesson from 7 on.
Rob, could you do number 12?
Sure. Okay, so number 12, just so you know, is that's 3-step process. It's just like number 10 and number 12 are similar. So did Kristen, did you understand the discussion on 10, the 3 steps there?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do the same 3-step process over here. Okay, so let's do number 12. So let me work with you. All right, so it says here, Phil decided to take out a private loan this time. Okay, private loan, they're different. Okay, same thing, still $9,000 loan. But this time, you know, private loans, you don't get a deferment. You have to pay immediately. You don't pay after you're done with college. You pay, boom, right then and there, starting day one. As soon as that $9,000 goes into your account, or in Phil's account in this case, he has to start paying on the loan. And that's the difference between a federal loan, which you pay after college, versus a private loan, which you pay immediately. Okay, and not only that, look at this interest rate. Instead of 4.29% on a federal loan, it's double that. And which means you're going to be paying a lot more. So we got to get his monthly payment first. That's M. So that's down here. And so we got to set that up. So we got to take 9,000 in this case, all right, times 0.0429 divided by 12 again, times 1 plus 0.0429 divided by 12, raised to the 120th power, because this is a 10-year loan again. So 10 times 12 equals 120 months.
Mr. Ainsworth?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be 0.081?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, thank you. I'm thinking of the previous problem. We have a new interest rate. Thank you. You're awesome. Okay, so it's right here. Let me highlight that. I got to fix that. Jumping the gun here. I'm sorry. Okay. Yep, it's a private loan, new interest rate, 8.1%. So 0.081 divided by 12. Sorry, Christian. Times 1 plus 0.081 divided by 12. Okay. Who just spoke to me right there?
Kylie. Hi.
Thank you, Kylie.
Yeah.
I was looking down. I wasn't looking at the big screen here, but thank you. I appreciate that. And then we divide it by 1 plus 0.081 divided by 12 to the 120th power minus 1. So Christian, would you work that out, please? And let me know what you get.
Okay.
Oh, well, you know, that's kind of a silly question. The answers are right up there. I forgot I'm showing the answer key. So did you get 109.67 on Desmos?
Yeah.
Okay. So now step 2, that's step 1 now. Okay. So we know now that it's $109.67. Step 2, we got to calculate the total payment. Step 2. So the total paid is whatever your monthly payment is times 120, because there's a 120-month loan, guys. This is a 10-year loan. So you simply multiply that number. All right. So 109.67 times 120. The answer is right up there. It's $13,160.40. Okay. Now you have 2 main numbers here. Okay. You financed, or he financed 9,000, got a $9,000 loan. He paid back $13,160.40. So Christian, how do you find the interest right here, the total interest?
You would take 13,160 and 40 cents, and then subtract that with 9,000.
Right. Get that answer in part C. Okay, you feel better now on that one?
Yeah, I was just I forgot whether or not, like, if, since it was a private loan, if the equation was different or anything. So
No, it's the monthly payment formula is the same no matter whether you
Yeah.
have a federal subsidized or unsubsidized or a private loan. You use the same equation, but in this case, the difference between a federal loan is that you get to wait 4.5 years or whatever the college period is. Like if you go to school for 4 years, you get to wait for 4 years plus 6 months to pay it back. On a federal loan, it's deferred. You don't have to pay while you're in school, which is important because most people don't have a full-time job in school, okay, and they can't pay it back. But if you can't get that, if you don't qualify for a federal, you can take out a private loan, but it's going to be a higher interest rate. And then secondly, more importantly, you got to pay right then and there. As soon as they put the money into your bank, next month, in 30 days, you got to pay your loan back during school, which is much harder for students for obvious reasons, because not everybody has they don't work 30, 40 hours a week. And not only that, usually it's not a high paying job when you're going through school because you don't have a degree yet, right? So private loans you should only take out a private loan if you can't get a federal for some reason and you're in a tight situation and you just absolutely have to have it. But if that's usually the case, usually you qualify for a federal loan. So everybody should apply if you need it. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions, you guys? Okay. Then let's go to Canvas and let's take a look at your quiz here.
Wait, I have a question really fast.
Yep.
Can you go for number 9?
Okay, so number 9. So number 9, well, first of all, did you get number 8 using the simple interest formula, Jonathan?
Yes.
Okay, so what would the new principal be? So all you do is you take your interest. This is your interest in part A, or number 8. It's $965.25. To get the new principal that you're going to finance, if you had to pay both principal and interest, you take this number and add it to the 9,000. Okay, and so this number here is got by taking 9,000 plus your interest, which is 965.25. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So the new principal or the new balance is whatever you borrow plus the interest accrued. That's always the case. And that's what's going to happen. If you don't pay the interest off during school, then you're going to have to pay what you borrow back, which is the 9,000 in this case, plus the interest that is accrued. And then you start paying after school's out plus 6 months because there's that 6-month grace period. And then you do that for 10 years. Does that make sense, Jonathan? Okay.
Mr. Ainsworth,
Yes.
could we go over number 7?
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Number 7, Barbara is a freshman attending a 4-year college. She has approved for a $12,000 subsidized. Now, underline the word subsidize. Okay. Now, subsidize means the government pays the interest. So government, which is the Department of Ed, U.S. Department of Education, but it's basically a government office. And what subsidized means versus unsubsidized, the government pays all the interest, pays the interest for you. So, and that's a good thing for you. Okay, which means this person, Barbara here, only has to pay the $12,000 back over time plus interest. They pay the interest during the 4.5-year period. That's what it means. So government pays the interest during the 4.5-year period while you're at school. So when you start paying your loan back after the 4.5-year period, you just have to finance $12,000, not $12,000 plus the interest that is accrued during the 4.5 years, which is a chunk of money. So it says right here, it says, how much will the U.S. Government of Education pick up on the interest costs during that period? Well, it's a simple, all the federal loans are simple interest. So you get to use the simple interest formula to calculate this. So on your paper, you should remember that all federal loans are simple interest. You do not use the compound interest formula, which will give you a much bigger number, okay? So on this one here, we have to take your $12,000 as your principal, because that's what's the interest is based on, times the rate in this case, which is, it says in the problem 4.29%, so 0.0429, times the 4.5-year period, so times 4.5. And you should get, if you work that out, Kylie, do you get the answer that's up here on the screen, the $2,316.60? Okay, all right. So the government picks that up for you. You don't have to pay that. So when Barbara finishes school in 4 years plus 6 months, she will only pay based upon the $12,000, not $12,000 plus $2,316.60. Do you see that? So it's to your benefit to apply for a federal subsidized loan because the government pays the interest while you're in school. So you have a smaller loan amount when you get out of school. You'll only pay back $12,000 over 10 years versus $14,316.16. Does that make sense to you? So there's a big difference between subsidized versus unsubsidized. Huge difference, okay? If you can get a federal subsidized loan, get that one instead of unsubsidized. Okay, did I answer everybody's questions today? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a yes since I got a response from Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. All right, let's do it. Let's go to I almost said Desmos. I meant Canvas. All right, let's go to your Canvas. You should be able to unlock 3-3 quiz. So go ahead and do that and click on this link and give me a thumbs up if it opens up. It should look like this right here. Okay, do you guys have that available to you? Maddie's good. You guys, okay, Alyssa, okay, so it's working. All right, go ahead and print this off. Go ahead and do that. If your printer's in another room, just keep your camera on, just go grab it. Come on back, and we're gonna start taking our quiz here. If you cannot print, read the directions closely here on the screen. Okay, write the question and the response, keep it in the same format. Make sure you show all the setup and process here. And this is due before you leave class today. It's only one problem, but broken up into steps. So it should take you 5 or 10 minutes max, okay? It's not a difficult problem. It's just a sample from section 3. Your comprehensive quiz will be on Monday, okay? For sections 1 through 3. I'm making that up. I'm not done with it yet. but it'll be ready by Monday. And that will be comprehensive over the 3 sections. So make sure, you look for that. There will also be, I will also upload section 4, the video for section 4 to get you guys started. That will be uploaded today. Do me a favor right now, though. I want you guys to scan and upload your homework right now, please, because I want to take a look at it as you guys are quizzing. So do use your Adobe Scan or whatever you're using, scan and upload your homework first before you begin your quiz. I'm gonna try to keep up with all the grading, get your homework graded today. As soon as class is over and you guys submit your work, I'm gonna be grading quizzes so you get immediate feedback by tomorrow. And just really keep updated, make sure Infinite Campus is updated so that you guys know exactly where you stand, okay? As you guys take your quiz here, if you have any questions, just turn on your mic and talk to me. I'm going to be working on my iPad, taking a look at all your student work, your workbook. I took a look at, I graded to section 3.2. Some of you guys, you need to look at section 3.2 because I sent out comments to some of you guys. And you need to read my comments and make sure that you respond there. So after you submit your homework right now from section 3.3, get started on your quiz. And if you have any questions, just speak up. Kylie, your homework looks good, but did you lose your notebook or your workbook? Then your work is all on another piece of paper though. Do you always do that or something? That's it. That's easier for you. Okay, all good. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure you have a workbook. So Kylie, on in part C, this goes out to everybody. Your monthly payment is based upon the amount that you borrowed plus your interest, because the interest was deferred till the end. So when you calculate your monthly payment, it's based upon what you borrowed plus the interest. That's the amount that you're financing. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Yeah, so once you guys are done with your quiz, just go ahead and scan and submit, and then you're make sure you submit both your homework and your quiz, and you're free to go take care of whatever you need to take care of. And again, keep your eyes on Canvas, because I'll be updating it today and tomorrow for the weekend. I'll be uploading section 4 material and resources and everything. So keep that in mind. Keep looking or look at your Canvas on a daily basis. But you're free to go when you submit both your work, your student work, and your quiz. You're good to go. You guys have a good weekend.
I have a question on part E.
Go ahead.
So is the interest that it's talking about, is it the interest from like when it was during the 4.5 years and the 10 years, or just the 10 years?
Well, it takes into account the previous 4.5 years. So if you got your total amount, use that. Use the total amount that you calculated in the previous step, and then use that number, and the other number that you found that you're financing, the amount financed, use those two and go to step 3. So it's always the amount, the interest, okay? The total amount over the 10 years is always the total amount that you paid, minus.
Oh, I got it. So I just put the so I just use the interest formula for the number I got at D.
You're going to be using the previous results, right? So
yeah.
Okay, go with that, Matthew.
Yeah, yeah, okay, cool.
Mr. Ainsworth, are we able to leave after we're done?
Yes, sir. You may, Joshua. You have a good
Thank
weekend,
you.
buddy, and keep an eye on Canvas and have a good weekend.
Got it. You too.
All right. Thanks, buddy. You too, Maddie. Have a good weekend. Have a good weekend, Christian.
Do you want us to turn it in like we do like all the other assignments?
Oh yeah, just scan and submit exactly the way you do your homework. So just make sure your 3.3 section 3 in your workbook is scanned and uploaded, and do the same thing for your quiz. Yeah, all free response
Alright.
quizzes are done that way. And then if it's not free response, it'd be kind of like the final one that we had during first.
Okay.
semester. Yeah, but all free responses are scanned and submitted.
Mr. Ainsworth, I submitted mine.
All right. And did you submit your homework as well?
Mhm.
Then you're all good to go, Charlize.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, you're welcome. Have a good weekend. See you.
Mr. Ainsworth,
Yes, sir.
I turned in both my homework and quiz.
All right, that means you're all good, Jonathan. You have a good weekend, and just keep check out Canvas on a daily basis and get so you can get ready for next week. Okay, you have a good weekend.
Okay, thank you. You too.
All right, buddy. See you. Okay. Hey guys, everybody here, David, Jaron, Jack, and Michael. I need to, I want you guys to scan your workbook, even if it's not finished. I want to see where you are in your workbook here. So why don't you do that right now, please? And so I can take a look at it.
Alrighty. Oh yeah. I forgot.
And
Okay.
just kind of curious, because this quiz is really just, it's a short one. It should only take you 10 minutes max. And I'm just kind of curious why. So I want to look at your student workbook here from all four of you guys.
Is it all of the 3 dashes or just 3-3?
No, just 3-3. Just submit that one.
Okay.
This is 2 pages, 1 through 12, I believe. Thank you, Jaron. David and Michael, I need to see your work from section 3 here.
Do I need to stay?
No, not if you've submitted your quiz and you just submitted your work, you're good to go.
Okay. You have a nice day.
You too,
Oh,
Jaron.
about the final. I turned it in. All right, sent it, emailed it to you, I believe.
I haven't gotten to it yet, so I do that either today or tomorrow, and then as soon as I do, I will contact you and give you some feedback.
Okay, and thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Okay. Michael and David, where are you guys?
Just gonna finish up my quiz.
All right, I don't see your homework yet, and David, I don't see your homework yet either on section 3. I asked you guys to turn that in.
I'm downstairs right now. It's upstairs.
Okay. All right. David, I just got your message. Keep going. Yeah. Say again? Sure. But yeah, I'm finishing up with 2 students here, but I'll be down, after they're done. Yeah, something like that. Thank you, David. David, how you doing?
I just turned in my quiz.
Okay. All right, so you're all good, I guess. You got your homework in, quiz in. I'll give you some feedback soon, and just take a look at Canvas each day and get your updates. And I'll see you guys soon. Okay. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thanks.